Hey y'all, Brisson here from Lucky Dragon Collectibles, and today I want to break down the Pokemon Presents news that dropped yesterday on Pokemon Day, and give my 2 cents on each news piece itself. I do want to say I apologize for not jumping on this immediately and posting something about it yesterday, but that was because I was actually enjoying the day myself at my local game shop and having a lot of fun with the community gaming and trading. I hope you all had a lot of fun yesterday as well on Pokemon Day. Also, happy Pokemon Day itself. Anyways, before I begin, please make sure to leave a like and share my video, subscribe to my channel, and please check out my shop at luckydragon-collectibles.com. Anyways, onward to the important Pokemon news. First thing I want to talk about was the biggest news for Pokemon to be released as of yesterday, and that was talking about Pokemon Legends ZA. A lot of us were waiting for a lot more information to be released for this game, and we were really hoping for a release date if that was not too much of a surprise, but womp womp. Not much news to be said about that. It's coming out late in this year of 2025. I'm thinking that it's probably going to be coming out maybe on fourth quarter and maybe November, December, kind of like how some of the other games have been releasing at that time frame. If you think about it, Pokemon Legends Arceus did come out in November. If I remember, November, December, around that time frame. So that might be what it's going to happen for ZA. And when you really think about it, I would rather not the game come out too early and they're not done finishing up or polishing off a lot of the mechanics and stuff like that for the game. So I would rather wait it out and not have to deal with like day one DLC or patchwork just to get the game. I'll wait for the Pokemon Company to finish this game up in its intended purpose and then be able to enjoy the game fully when it comes out. I'll look forward to the end of this year. Outside of that one, the announcements that they made for Pokemon ZA have been pretty cool though. They showed a lot of new gameplay footage, showed off a little bit about what the battle mechanics would be like, and that's going to be pretty much it. And then confirm a little bit more about the characters and story itself too. And for our next piece of news here is the Pokemon trading card game. They just announced the Mega EXs. A lot of us were already anticipating that they're going to be releasing a lot of the Mega type Pokemon with the upcoming Black and White set that's slated to come out later this year. But we were hoping to see these sooner than later, and lo and behold, we did. They just released at least just 2 of the Mega Evolution cards so far, which is Mega Lucario EX and Mega Gardevoir EX, as we're seeing right here. Now, the only thing I want to negatively talk about them is that if these Pokemon do get knocked out, or any of the Mega Pokemon, from what we can understand, based on the mechanics, and we can't really see it here exactly, but it will have a 3-prize knockout. So it's going to be a pretty steep cost if you lose out these Pokemon in battle. However, they have incredibly high HP, and their battle mechanics are insane. These are going to be heavy-hitting Pokemon, so it makes absolute sense that they're going to be costing you quite a bit if you do lose them. But I'm looking forward to see what more Mega Evolutions that they're going to be releasing in the coming time, and more mechanics behind them. Between the two so far that I'm seeing, I'm more excited for the Mega Gardevoir EX, because that Mega Symphony really does synergize with that Overflowing Wishes, and if you can get a lot of energies attached to your Pokemon, that's going to be amazing. And next up here, we have for the Pokemon trading card game Pocket, with the new release as of today, which surprised me when I found out yesterday, but today on February 28th, the release of Triumphant Light. This is going to be a new specialty set that comes out a little bit smaller too, but to be very much similar to the Mythical Island that came out not too long ago with featuring of Mew. This set's going to feature more so with Arceus, with a lot of cards that are going to synergize with the new Arceus EX card itself. They do have a special gift for Pokemon Day. If you log in within a certain time frame, you can get 3 special Genetic Apex booster packs that will guarantee you a 4 diamond rare or higher when opening them. Unfortunately for me, I did not get anything cool other than a Charizard EX, which I had not gotten before. Personally, I was really excited to find out that Triumphant Light was coming out, but I was really surprised that it was coming out literally the next day. The only thing I was disappointed with this set was I didn't have enough time with Space Time Smackdown to actually get more cards from there, and I didn't get enough of my little dust to build up to buy more booster packs. So I'm hoping that, we'll have a little bit more time with Triumphant Light, and then we'll see what the next set comes out. Next up on our news piece here is the announcement for Pokemon Champions. This is a brand new game in development with the Pokemon Company here, where it's going to be very much focused on battles specifically. Now, it's going to be showing a lot of crossplay between the Nintendo Switch and mobile devices, so that's going to be pretty cool that we're going to have a crossplay between the two. And you will also have access to your Pokemon Home, so that way you can bring Pokemon from your other games to battle in this new game. The battle system is said to be a little bit more competitive, but it's going to be accessible for all to play. So I'm kind of curious how they're going to really work this out. They didn't do terribly too much other than show a lot of like cinematic stuff and whatnot, and have a really kind of like pull at your heartstrings kind of a thing with like a lot of nostalgia from back in the day all the way to current day Pokemon gaming. In addition to that one, the only thing I'm really disappointed about is that there was rumor that there was going to be a new game that was going to be announced, and I was really hoping it was going to be like some kind of collections, like a legacy collection of like red, blue, green, you know, crystal, heart, like gold and silver, not heart, gold and heart, so just gold and silver, crystal. I was hoping some kind of like old school compilation on the Nintendo Switch and something like that. Unfortunately, that was not the case here. We are getting an announcement of Champions, which is pretty cool. I was just having my hopes up, and again, it was just a rumor mill kind of a thing that I heard, so I was like, hoping that we're going to get something new like that. Not really. Well, it's not new, it's an old new. Now, while I've self-disappointed myself believing in a rumor, one thing I'm also looking forward to Champions as well as, I think I've mentioned it already before, but I am still trying to do a Battle Dex on my Scarlet and Violet game. I wonder what Pokemon I can actually bring over to Champions and actually play with. And I'm talking about like Pee-wee Cup kind of like Pokemon, like I'm using starters / like the first form of all the Pokemon, or even the mid forms and whatnot. So I'm like, I'm kind of curious how this is all going to play out with bringing them over from home. And now I'm having my Battle Dex actually usable. I was just doing the Battle Dex for fun and just giving more life into my Scarlet and Violet games. But now with Champions, it might actually give them a lot more life. And with that, I want to say with the following news pieces, I'm going to do a little bit more of a lightning delivery here. First one up here, Scarlet and Violet. I do want to say they do have the code up here, so go ahead and take that code if you haven't already done it so. But this code will give you a new case for your Rotom phone in-game, depending on which version you play. In addition to that, they did make announcements for new raid Pokemon. We are going to get Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Quaquaval in the next coming month or so, from February now all the way to March, where you can now get the high, like it was like a five gold star for all three of them. One-time only catches, but they will be maxed out and amazing. They will also be doing new mass outbreaks based on colors of Pokemon. And it seemed like they might do something for Dragon Pokemon, which excites me because I love Dragon Pokemon. So yes, we're going to see more like Dragon-based outbreaks and or raids themselves too. So I'm looking for that. They are slating these for the coming weeks in addition to the remainder of this year as well. So that's something to look forward to for Scarlet and Violet. Other than that, for you Pokemon Go players, I play Pokemon Go from time to time. Right now, I'm on my little hiatus. Probably not a good idea to be on hiatus because right now they are doing the Pokemon Tour for Unova. Now they're going to be starting that up tomorrow. Tomorrow for Saturday, March 1st, they're going to be doing the tour for Unova, where you will have a chance for the Black and White Kyurem raids, where you can get Kyurem, to my understanding. In addition to some other things, more in-game stuff too. And then next up we have is for Pokemon Unite. They are announcing for, I don't know if, I thought Suicune was already out, but I guess not. It's either a new skin for Suicune, but they're having Suicune coming out on March 1st, Alolan Raichu on April, and then Alakazam, they're just saying that she's coming soon. We're not sure when she's going to be coming. There is also going to be a new map return alongside with a new battle mode. There will also be an updated map and wild Pokemon available in Pokemon Unite. Next one up is going to be Pokemon Masters EX. They are announcing that they're going to be releasing the May and Brandon with their shiny Primal Kyogre and Groudon respectively. So expect those to be released out for that game in particular. Next one up we gotta have is Pokemon Sleep. They're gonna be doing a whole event here with Cresselia and Darkrai, which makes a lot of sense since they deal with dreams and stuff like that. So that's gonna be kind of cool with the Pokemon Sleep. They didn't really delve into too much of what the actual event is, but more than likely you can now recruit these Pokemon into your little camp area essentially. And lastly here for the Pokemon gaming news. Now there's still one more piece of news, but for gaming news specifically, on Pokemon Cafe, they will be releasing a new cafe menu item to celebrate with the Applin lineup. So we're going to have Flapple or Appleton capable of joining your staff. And they will also have some cute outfits for your Paldean starters. So Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley, they will have like new outfits and whatnot for the Pokemon Cafe game. And lastly, there will be a new Pokemon show that's going to be releasing on Netflix. I believe it's currently on there right now for what's called Pokemon Concierge. It's actually a pretty cutesy looking animation. Very much reminds me of Wes Anderson animation because a lot of the Pokemon are kind of like felty looking. And it has like kind of, you know, like it's a stop motion animation, so kind of makes me think of Wallace and Gromit at times too. This looks like a fun, neat little series. If you do have Netflix, check it out probably. They do have the first 4 episodes for free. I believe they said it was on the Pokemon YouTube channel. So definitely check it out if you want to see this for free. If you don't have Netflix, I'm probably going to check it out and see what it's like, just out of curiosity. So that's pretty much it for all the news on Pokemon Presents as of yesterday for Pokemon Day. I think the biggest things I was really excited for was Pokemon ZA, even though we didn't really get a actual release date, just a more of an approximation for that release date, and definitely getting to see the gameplay itself alongside with like knowing a little bit more about the story too. I've been excited for this for the last year since they made that teaser for it, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, not terribly excited it's going to come later this year, but it kind of matches up with the previous releases. And again, like I said before, I just want to make sure that it comes out with no problems whatsoever, and I can have a fresh, clean, and fun game experience with Pokemon ZA. So, Pokemon Company, please take your time. And of course, you know, I think the biggest thing other than that too, of course, with the cards, really excited for the Mega Evolutions. Finally, we get to see some of them. We already knew what was going to happen. We just weren't sure what they would be entailing. So, I'm just excited to see what more evolutions that we're going to be getting, and if it's going to maybe tie into the game too. Who knows? I'm kind of curious, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. And of course, I was excited alongside with Triumphant Light. I was just a little bit surprised and undertaken that I was just like, it's coming out tomorrow. I'm like, what? I didn't even finish up Space Time Smackdown. I haven't even finished Genetic Apex, and I'm not even quite done with a Mythical Island. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm still having fun cracking packs open and finding cool stuff. Hopefully I will get some cool rares besides just, you know, commons and uncommons. And again, the only thing I was a little bit disappointed about, again, that's my own fault. I did that to myself. I was really hoping for a Legacy Series collection to be released on the Switch. We got a brand new game. That's not a bad thing too, and the game seems pretty cool and fun. It sounds like fun, especially if they make the battle system a lot more refined and easier access. Not saying that the battle system in Scarlet and Violet or previous games weren't already easy to deal with, but if they can give it some new life into it or have a little bit more mechanics that can be a lot more fun and intuitive or even more engaging, I'm kind of curious to see what Champions has to offer. But again, this is the only thing I was just disappointed. It's not my Legacy collection. So all in all, that's my thoughts on the Pokemon Presents news for yesterday on Pokemon Day, February 27th, 2025. But I want to hear from y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about in the comments section down below. Was there anything that you were excited about that you heard from Pokemon Presents yesterday? Or maybe that you were hoping that they were going to talk about, kind of like me in that sense? I want to hear from y'all. Leave a comment down below. And again, please leave a like and share this video alongside with subscribing to my channel as well. I am a growing content creator and I can appreciate any and all help that comes my way. Speaking of help too, definitely check out my shop at luckydragon-collectibles.com. Check out my shop. I am a growing shop as well. You might find some cool deals or cool stuff that you want to get from my shop. Definitely check it out and purchase from my shop, please. Thank you for watching, and until the next video, take care, and may you be lucky with your pulls today.